and welcome to WeFM's 3 p.m. news. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, St. Vincent and the Grenadines marked a successful outing at the 2025 Caribbean Dinghy Championships in Antigua, showcasing the talent of its youth sailors. 13-year-old Joshua Weinhardt finished second in the ILCA 4 fleet, while 14-year-old Kai Max Descent claimed fourth in the ILCA 6 class. Both sailors, part of the SVG Sailing Association's Performance Pathway program, impressed in their first regional regatta, demonstrating skill, confidence, and potential for future international competition. The association says their success reflects the growing strength of youth sailing in the nation, supported by coaching, conditioning, and sports psychology at the High Performance Center in Canache Beach. Two detectives from St. Vincent and the Grenadines have returned home after completing the Criminal Investigations course at the Regional Security System Training Institute in Barbados. Station Sergeant Gamal Bowens of the CID and Sergeant Alex Primus of the Major Crimes Unit participated in intensive training led by Canadian instructors, focusing on case studies, crime scene management, witness interviewing, and strategic investigative techniques. Both officers said the course enhanced their analytical skills and investigative approach, preparing them to handle complex major crime cases. Police Commissioner Elnville Williams praised their achievement, highlighting the force's commitment to professional excellence and modern policing standards. Still on the local scene, Governor General Dame Susan Duggan has announced a 15-day special voter registration period ahead of the November 27, 2025 general election. The registration window runs from October 30th to November 13th and is open to citizens ages 18 and older. Preliminary voter lists will be posted by November 1st, giving residents a chance to verify and update their information. Election officials urge all eligible citizens, especially young voters and those who have recently moved, to take advantage of this opportunity to ensure their participation in the upcoming election. On to news in the region. The United Nations has strongly condemned recent U.S. strikes on vessels in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific, describing the attacks as extrajudicial killings. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Volker Turk called on Washington to halt the strikes and ensure the protection of lives regardless of alleged criminal activity aboard the boats. The strikes, part of a U.S. campaign against alleged Caracas-backed drug traffickers, have killed at least 61 people in 14 attacks since September. The UN noted that the use of lethal force in these operations violates international human rights law, as they occur outside armed conflict and without imminent threat justification, and called for an investigation into the incidents. Barbados' unemployment rate has dropped to a record low of 6.1%, driven largely by growth in the construction sector, according to Central Bank Governor Dr. Kevin Greenidge. Construction activity, along with gains in agriculture, tourism, transportation, and business services, contributed to the fifth consecutive quarterly decline in joblessness. The sector's unemployment rate now stands at just 5.6%. Governor Greenidge noted that while employment gains are strong, a limited labor supply could push up construction costs. He welcomed CARICOM's new full free movement of labor regime as a way to bring in additional workers and support continued economic growth. Finally, on the international scene, Israel has returned the bodies of 30 Palestinian prisoners to Gaza, some showing signs of torture following Hamas's handover of two deceased Israeli captives. Despite the truce, Israeli air and artillery strikes continue in Khan Yunis and northern Gaza City. The conflict has left at least 68,527 Palestinians and 1,139 Israelis dead since October 2023. UN agencies report that over 80% of Gaza's children now show signs of severe trauma, while humanitarian aid continues to face restrictions at the border. Regional and international actors, including Turkey, Qatar, and the US, are engaged in ceasefire talks and planning stabilization efforts. Meanwhile, Israeli military actions continue in southern Lebanon and the occupied West Bank, raising concerns about the ceasefire's durability. This has been WeFM's 3 p.m. news. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 5:30 for WeFM's evening news, and we thank you for listening.